Think you're a walking encyclopedia? Let's challenge your knowledge in a few quick seconds. Ready for the ultimate brain test? How many of these tricky facts will you correctly unravel? First up, Mount Everest gets shorter every year. True or false? Nope, that's false. Tectonic plate activity actually causes Everest to rise a tiny bit each year. Ready for the next one? All right, next challenge. Coca-Cola was originally marketed as a medicine. True or false? That's a surprising true. It was indeed launched in 1886 as a medicinal tonic. Did you know that? Think about this. The sun is the hottest star in the universe. Is that true or false? False. Our sun is hot, but it's a yellow dwarf. Many other stars, especially blue giants, burn much, much hotter. Don't let that one burn you. Here's a tricky one about our ocean friends. Dolphins sleep with one eye open. What's your call? Believe it or not, that's true. They do it to stay alert for predators and to surface for air. Incredible, right? Final question to separate the legends from the rest. Owls can rotate their heads a full 360 degrees. True or false? That's false. While impressive, they can only turn their heads 270 degrees in each direction, not a full circle. Did you nail the finale? Let's kick off this batch with a pet fact. Chocolate is toxic for dogs. True or false? Absolutely true. That sweet treat you love. It contains theobromine, which is dangerous for our canine friends. What about the cosmos? Think you know our closest celestial neighbour? The moon has an atmosphere. True or false? Sorry, that's false. The moon only has an extremely thin exosphere, not a proper atmosphere that could hold sound or weather. Are you ready to venture further into space? Next up, a classic sci-fi question. Space is completely silent. True or false? Bingo, that's true. In the vacuum of space, there's no air to carry sound waves, so it's utterly silent. Pretty eerie, right? Let's shift gears to language. A linguistic brain teaser for you. The colour orange was named after the fruit. What's your call? True or false? You might not believe it, but it's true. The colour actually took its name from the fruit, not the other way around. Ready for the grand finale? Final question. A real test. It is impossible to sneeze with your eyes open. True or false? That's false. While it's a strong involuntary reflex to close them, it's not actually impossible to sneeze with your eyes open. How did you score? Think you know our solar system? Here's a challenge. Venus has acidic rain. True or false? That's a solid true. Venus's clouds are packed with sulfuric acid, creating incredibly corrosive rain. Don't get caught in that shower. Next up, penguins live exclusively in Antarctica. Is that true or false? Nope, that's false. While they love the cold, you can find penguins chilling in places like the Galapagos Islands and even South Africa. Who knew? Alright, try this one. Turtles can breathe through their cloaca. True or false? That's surprisingly true. Some aquatic turtles use their cloaca to absorb oxygen underwater, especially when hibernating. Nature's full of surprises. Here's a classic myth. Humans only use 10% of their brain capacity. Is it true or false? Sounds true, but it's false. Your brain is almost entirely active all the time, even when you're just chilling. Every part has a job. Final question. Everything decides here. There is a volcano that erupts blue lava. True or false? Believe it or not, that's true. Indonesia's Kawah Ijen volcano produces electric blue flames from burning sulfur gas. An incredible sight. How'd you do? Think you know all about common pets? True or false? Rabbits sleep with their eyes open. That's true. Many prey animals, like rabbits, keep their eyes open even while resting to stay vigilant against threats. Next up. Ready for a common misconception? True or false? Sharks cannot get cancer. Nope, that's false. While it's a popular myth, sharks can indeed develop cancer, just like most other animals. Keep that in mind. Let's talk about our star. True or false? The sun is actually yellow. Sounds true, but it's false. The sun is actually white. Our atmosphere scatters blue light, making it appear yellow to us. Didn't see that one coming? Time for some deep sea biology. True or false? Octopuses have 3 hearts. Bingo, that's true. Octopuses are unique with 2 hearts dedicated to their gills and 1 for the rest of their body. How many did you get right so far? Final question, and this one's a brain bender. True or false? Hot water freezes faster than cold water. Believe it or not, that's true. This is known as the Mpemba effect, a fascinating scientific paradox. What a way to finish! Alright, next up. Is it true that botanically speaking, bananas are classified as berries? That's a surprising true. Botanically, a berry comes from a single ovary and has seeds, which perfectly describes a banana. Who knew fruit could be so tricky? Think you're doing good by feeding bread to ducks? Is it a healthy practice for them? True or false? No, that's false. Bread is actually harmful to ducks, offering them no nutritional value and causing health problems. Best to let them forage naturally. Here's a wild one. Crocodiles are unable to stick out their tongues. True or false? Sounds like a myth, but it's true. A crocodile's tongue is largely fixed to the bottom of its mouth by a membrane. Who'd have thought? Let's tackle a classic myth. Eating carrots significantly improves human eyesight, especially night vision. True or false? False! While good for eye health, the tale of carrots dramatically improving night vision was actually clever wartime propaganda. They got you there. Final question. Everything decides here. The very first automobile ever invented was powered by gasoline. True or false? False. While gasoline cars like Benz's are iconic, electric vehicles actually hit the roads first, though the definition of first car can be complex. Quite a twist on history. Think you can survive in the desert? It is safe to drink water directly from any cactus. True or false? False! Be careful out there. Many cacti contain toxins, not refreshing hydration. A dangerous myth. Next up, you've heard this one before, but is it true? Elephants are afraid of mice. Sounds true, right? But it's false. Elephants are startled by sudden movements, not specifically by tiny mice. Don't fall for old tales. Here's one about our nocturnal friends. Bats can see in complete darkness. True or false? Bingo, true. It's not seeing with eyes as we know it, but through echolocation, they navigate perfectly in the dark. Their own superpower. Time for a surprising kitchen fact. Honey never spoils. True or false? That's true. Pure honey, stored properly, can last forever thanks to its natural composition. Talk about a superfood. Final question. Need a morning pick-me-up? Apples contain caffeine. True or false? False. Apples give you energy from natural sugars and fiber, not caffeine. No jitters, just a healthy boost. How did you score? Next up, is it true that the color red enrages bulls? False. Bulls actually react to motion, not the color red. They don't even see red the way we do. Don't get caught by this one. Think you know about natural phenomena? True or false? Lightning can strike the same spot more than once. That's true. It's not just a myth. Lightning frequently strikes the same place multiple times, especially tall structures. Don't believe everything you hear. Time for a science challenge. Is glass fundamentally a very slow-moving liquid? True or false? Nope, that's false. Glass is actually an amorphous solid, not a liquid. It's a common misconception, but its atomic structure is just messy. Let's keep going. Animals have amazing senses. Can crickets really hear through their legs? True or false? Believe it or not, true. Crickets have special organs on their front legs that act as ears. Nature's full of surprises, right? Final question for this round. Was the very first automobile invented powered by electricity? True or false? Bingo, true. The first practical electric cars emerged in the 1830s, long before gasoline engines took over. Bet you didn't see that coming. Alright, next one. Trees can communicate with each other. True or false? That's true. They use intricate underground networks to share resources and even send warnings. Mind-blowing, right? Do you think ants never sleep? Is that true or false? Absolutely false. Ants actually take hundreds of short naps every day. No time for a full beauty sleep when you're building an empire. Here's a kitchen query. Eggs must always be refrigerated. True or false? Sounds true, but it's false. In many countries, eggs are kept at room temperature because their protective bloom is intact. It depends where you are. Think about our aquatic friends. Fish can feel pain. Is this true or false? That's a definite true. Research confirms fish have the necessary biological mechanisms to experience pain, challenging old assumptions. One more after this, and it's not the easiest. Final question. Everything decides here. Drinking warm milk helps you fall asleep. True or false? It's true. Warm milk contains tryptophan and has a soothing effect, making it a classic sleep aid. Did you nail it? Did you outsmart these tricky facts? Let us know your score in the comments and challenge your friends.